Hello there, welcome back to Blue Harvest Fish Toys, and in this video I'm going to follow up on the hugely successful From the Archives video. I think I might do a few more of these. They are quite interesting. This is one a bit left field from what we usually do, but I'm sure you'll find it amusing and hopefully entertaining. So as you probably know, and as you can see from the video here, that cosplaying is hugely successful, hugely popular. So many people doing it now, and it's a massive part of the Comic-Con circuit, from the biggest cons, San Diego, D23, Star Wars Celebration, right down to the smallest local Comic-Cons. But I bet you didn't know how long this tradition has been going on. And what I have for you today is a science fiction and fantasy costume contest posing for the 24th World Science Fiction Convention in Cleveland in 1966. Now I do apologise, these are black and white, but as you know the world was black and white up till about 1970. But I believe it gives it a bit more of a vintage feel, more like it's from the archives. The 24th World Science Fiction Convention, known as TriCon, was held from the 1st to the 5th of September 1966 at the Sheraton Cleveland in Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Officially the convention was hosted by 3 cities in the region, Cincinnati, Cleveland and Detroit, hence the name TriCon. The 3 co-chairmen of that Worldcon each represented their city's fandom. There were Ben Jason of Cleveland, Howard DeVore of Detroit, and Lou Tabakow of Cincinnati. The guest of honour was L. Sprague de Camp, and the Toastmaster was Isaac Asimov. Of special note was that Gene Roddenberry premiered the pilot episode of his TV series Star Trek at TriCon. I don't think they'll ever catch on. This collection is primarily comprised of photographs taken by J.K. Klein as he documented science fiction and fantasy fandom at the 24th World Science Fiction Convention in Cleveland, Ohio. The majority of images were taken by Klein while attending science fiction and fantasy conventions and events. J.K. Klein, 1931 to 2012, began reading science fiction at a young age and joined the Philadelphia Science Fiction Society at the age of 14. During his lifetime, he was an avid photographer and amassed an extensive photograph collection of science fiction and fantasy conventions and events. He was a writer, editor and photographer for international corporate magazines and wrote missile acquisition radar systems and ICBM launch facility manuals for the United States Air Force. He was also a member of the contributing to the first fandom, Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers of America, SFWA, and Analog. Throughout his life, Klein lectured to science fiction as literature, social commentary, and as a window into the future. And as you can see, these costumes are really basic. I know it's 1966. It's pre anything pop culture, I think. It's like Star Trek was happening just then, and there was one Star Trek uniform. But I think that may be one that Gene Roddenberry brought along for somebody to wear, because nobody's going to be cosplaying Star Trek uniform before the actual Star Trek series has actually started, and it being so perfect to the actual uniforms on the TV show. But what I can see is a lot of medieval type dress. Maybe that was a big thing back in the 60s. I know the big sci-fi revolution was started in the 50s. Even though this is the 24th science fiction convention, that's quite surprising really. But there's no robots or anything like that. And the one thing you'll notice that is quite on trend with today is that most of them are women, or maybe the photographer just photographed majority of women there. But you'll also find that today that it is mostly women that dress up at Comic-Con. But again, it might be the people that are photographing just the women. I don't know. I do know that at Star Wars specific Comic-Cons like Celebration, things like that, they're mostly blokes in Stormtrooper uniforms, Darth Vader, so and so. Now you get, there's not that many female characters. I know there's layers, lots of layers raised now, so that might be why that is. But usual Comic-Cons, you always see the women dressed up, or indeed notice the women more than the men. But I say these photographs are mainly women. There's about, I'd say 70 to 80% women. There's a couple of kids and a few blokes, but yeah, majority of them are women. Some of them do look like they've just got dressed up for the evening, but they will be characters in their own right. Very exotically dressed, Some of them look like they could be influenced by Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, that type of thing from the serials. Certainly a couple of the guys are. But there's only one comic character, and that's Spider-Man. And it's not a very good costume. There was no costumes back then, everybody had to make their own. And like I said, it's pre anything pop culture coming out, basically. Pre-Batman, pre-Star Trek, pre-Star Wars obviously. And the fact that there was a science fiction convention back then, when you only had, as I say, Flash Gordon, Forbidden Planet, all the B-movies, pre-2001 even. But the glaring omission is any TV characters, any movie characters. Of course, that's going to really develop over the next 50 years, as we know. Another thing about these costume designers is they have no video to watch. They probably only have black and white photos from magazines to copy. They can't just pop a video in when they want to research something, or the multitude of books we have, and even the internet. If we want to research something, or we want to look at a costume or something like that, we can get the plans off the internet, we can look at the pictures on the internet, we can research it. They didn't have that. So these costumes, even though we are having a look at them, having a bit of a laugh at them, are amazing given what they've got to accomplish these. This one here is given a lot of Leia vibes. Slave Leia vibes. Yes, I'm going to say Slave Leia. People say that outfit was degrading to women and to Carrie Fisher herself. But I'll be honest, if Carrie didn't want to wear it, she wouldn't have worn it. And I've always said it was based mainly on things like Flash Gordon, things like that. And this kind of proves that. And that course derives from the belly dancer type outfit. And there's no problem with those. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that argument. I just love these outfits. And this look back at cosplaying 50 odd years ago. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you'll join me again for another archive. If you've got any archive pictures that you want to show me, let me know. I'd love to do more of these videos. I keep bumping into and finding these articles, and I'm really interested in them, and I love doing these videos. So hope you like watching them, and like them that much to subscribe and watch all my other videos. So thank you for watching, and until the next video, may the toys be with you.